So this afternoon on this Potomac Local podcast, we're talking about Leadership Prince William. It's an organization that's been around for many years, and it is well known by many of the business owners and the business community within Prince William County, City of Manassas, and Manassas Park. But it may not be as well known to you, and that's why we're having this conversation to introduce you to this organization, what it does, who benefits from it, and what they have planned coming up. So joining us on the podcast today is Leadership Prince William Director Charles Gillum and incoming board chair Tiffany Eisenhower and Bradley Marshall, who's also on the board of directors with these guys. Everyone, thanks for coming on and talking with me today.
Thanks, Uriah.
Thank you.
So let's start off. As I said, you're those who are in business or have been in networked within the business community for many years may very well be familiar with Leadership Prince William. But for those who aren't, give us an explanation what the organization is, what it does, and who it helps.
Sure. So Leadership Prince William is an applied leadership program for our community here in Prince William County and Manassas City and Manassas Park. We started in 2008, 2007 with our first graduating class, finishing in 2008. We have currently well over 500 alumni in our signature program base. We run two programs on an annual basis. The first is our signature program, which runs from September to June of each year. And the second is our newer and emerging leaders program, which runs a fall and a spring cohort for 8 weeks, 1 day a week.
And then what's some of the material when you go to these programs, especially starting with the signature program, what do you cover in these meetings? Or is this just a place to kind of get around and pat each other on the back because we're so successful and we're great leaders? Or what do you do when you're in these meetings?
So the signature program gives you the opportunity to sit in a room of approximately 32 to 33 of your colleagues throughout the county that are in a variety of different roles in different industries, different demographics, different age, different sex, different backgrounds, and pull back the curtain on our community to see really how the community works, how we work as individual leaders, and how we can best collaborate to bring our community better services, to improve our leadership skills, improve our individual businesses.
And are these meetings held in one central location every month, every time, or do you get out and sort of see the landscape, as it were?
On a monthly basis with the signature program, we have a different theme every month. So that entails, you could call them field trips, where we'll be throughout the county. The themes of some of those months include government, health and human services, public safety, education, arts and culture, tourism, economic development, tourism. And so every year the class experiences a bit of uniqueness. No 2 years are alike, although we have the same themes on a monthly basis. And that gives the community an opportunity to open up their doors, to allow us in, to allow us to experience, and a lot of hands-on applications happen as well.
So a lot of what I can remember is and talking to Charles about this well before he was ever appointed the director, before he got that job. You not only you learn about the other leaders who are in the county, but you also learn a bit more about yourself than you probably knew. And I never forget sitting in Charles's office at the time, and he was telling me about an emergenetics test that he did, and he was a certain color, and he knew that he could do A, B, and C really well. But for D, E, and F, he had to delegate those tasks out because that just wasn't for him. And he was just rattling off this information like it was just given to him yesterday. And I said, when did you take the class? When did you go through the program? And he said, about 6 years ago. I've never forgotten that. So Charles, when you went through this program, obviously it made an impact on you, but talk a little more about that particular emergenetics part of the program.
You're going to get me excited. We only have a little bit of time here, right? But so I started the program in 2008, graduated in 2009, and we talk about going to different places. I will tell you one of the big mysteries that we like to keep is we go up on a mountain where the cell phone service isn't very well. We have a crazy experience, and for some of us, I was one of the guys who actually got to meet myself for the first time on the mountain through this assessment. It sounds kind of like I'm overblowing it, but you're familiar with the Myers-Briggs and the DISC and all those kind of things, and they are great assessments. I won't take anything away from them, but this is one that is truly mind-boggling, how it can give you insight into yourself. And that's one of the things we do on the mountains. I'll take this part of the mystery away. We introduce you to yourself and allow you to look. Some of us had never seen it before, some had. And then we show you how other people's minds and behaviors operate. And then we teach you to work within those boundaries so that our communications improve drastically. And yeah, I was excited about it 6 years after I took the assessment, and I'm still excited about it 16 years after I took the assessment.
Yeah, you had me convinced right then and there, and that was years ago, years after you had taken it. Bradley, let me ask you about the people who should go through this program. Is this program for everybody? Who is the ideal candidate for this program? Who should go through? Who might not benefit from this? Who's not the right candidate? Tell us, give us a better idea of the ideal candidate for this program.
Well, it's very broad, and one of the things that interested me the most when they first came to me, I'm an attorney, as you know, and some other attorneys came to me about this program. And the very first thing I said is, I do enough with attorneys. I don't want to join another group or I'm attorneyed out. And they're like, no, that is not what this is. There's only might be 2 or 3 attorneys, but you'll have business owners, you'll have people from nonprofits, from clergy, from different government agencies. When I went through Uriah, you mentioned earlier that it's very well known in the business community, and it absolutely is, because it fosters a lot of leaders. I was a government employee at the time. I was an assistant Commonwealth's attorney, and I had great support from my boss, Paul Ebert, to allow me to attend the program. And it was tremendous, and I learned a lot from it. There was a judge in my class, or a couple other lawyers, but the best thing about my class is that there were small business owners like Miguel Perez, who owns several restaurants around, and there were other innovative leaders. Tiffany and I were in the same class, 2013. So it was just really diverse in backgrounds and occupations and everything. And when I was looking at the program, I thought I knew everything about Prince William. I really did. I just took it for granted. But after the program, what we do is basically over 9 months it's one full day, Thursday each month, and we just tackle an issue, and we move around the county to do it. We'll be in Occoquan, we'll be in Manassas Park, we'll be in mid-county, wherever it is, different months, and sometimes multiple places in one day, like the field trips. And we tackle these issues, and it's bookended by these retreats. The going up on the mountain is what Charles was referring to. And in the end, you learn so much more about the county and the people and about the issues they face. But as already been touched on, the thing you learn the most about is yourself. And because of that, I think it's great for anyone who's at this point in their career, no matter what career field they may be in, but recognizing that the program isn't for everyone. We created the Emerging Leaders Program, which is something for people who are, a little earlier in their leadership journey. Maybe they're still figuring out what they want to do and how they can contribute. And so we can help them there, kind of hone that. And our biggest goal, our biggest hope is that those folks will later transfer into the signature program and have that kind of continuity and connectiveness.
I'm going to ask about how people can get more information and how they can join and sign up. I know you guys are doing open enrollment at this time for the signature program, so we will get to that. But I do want to talk about some changes that have happened in the organization, especially in the past month or so. Tiffany is coming on as the new board director, but that wasn't to be the case. I think Tiffany was going to be the vice chair at this point, if memory serves, and correct me if I'm wrong. But a gentleman, a very well-known gentleman named Patrick King, who unfortunately passed too early, too soon, in the past month, was to take over the leadership position on the board. Talk to me about what King meant to your organization, and what you sort of had planned with him in the coming year, and how you plan to honor some of those plans to make sure that the things that you would have done with Patrick and what Patrick might have wanted to do with you can still get done.
That's a big one, you're right.
Cool. You guys
That's a
were
big
good
one.
for that.
Patrick and I met 2 to 3 times every week, and he was tireless in his role of preparing himself for his chairmanship. Patrick's a big idea guy. His generosity was extreme, and when I felt like I was overloading him and wanted to hold back, he said, "Keep giving it to me. I'll let you know when I've had all I can take." So tireless in his efforts to strengthen and stabilize the organization from a detail level all the way to the big picture of making us even better than we already are. But yeah, he's definitely going to be missed. We're still struggling with some technical issues because he was a genius behind the scenes. And I don't think any of us had made proper plans for something this tragic to happen at the time, but definitely something the organization, not only our organization, who's also very active on many boards, just a couple of them. The people from CASA are definitely missing from that. So a big loss to the organization, but very big plans were in the works.
And for the community as well, which came out to the Salisbury Center in Manassas to hold a pretty moving vigil for him. Gone too soon, Patrick King at age 45. Talk to me now about the plans that you have coming up this year, and you have some charity fundraisers coming up for the organization. So peel back the onion and tell us what the community can look forward to when it comes to Leadership Prince William.
So the next big thing that you're going to see from Leadership Prince William is what we call our annual evening event. We rely on the support of our community to fund our program, and our evening of excellence happens once a year as an opportunity for our alumni to get together, engage, raise money. This year, we've kind of taken it on a different spin, and Patrick was instrumental in the planning of this, and so we've rededicated this year's Evening of Excellence to Patrick King. And we are taking over the Hilton Performing Arts Center and converting it into Casino Royale on July 6th, which is just 2 short weeks away, on Thursday evening, where we have a very well-known local casino gaming company who is going to be coming in and outfitting with you name it, and we're going to have it on your craps and your blackjack and your Texas Hold'em and your roulette and your horse racing. A ton of opportunity to have fun, to network with the community, and we've opened our doors not only to alumni. And so this is a great opportunity for our local community to see what Leadership Prince William is all about, while helping to raise money for our great organization.
And having a great time.
And having a great time. Yes.
And you're right. I think that bears some repeating, because we haven't, it's been, rather just kind of an invite to our alumni and our folks previously. And this is going to be more of a kind of open house reception, open to everyone, not like a seated formal dinner like normal. So it's going to be much more interactive and social. And the whole point is to, not only to, see our friends and alum and everything and the network, but to bring in outsiders to see the program and hopefully, show them what we do, just like we're doing here with you today.
Part of that, part of the allure to the program, however, is that networking. And it is that, I mean, as Bradley, as you were talking about, you were going through the class in 2013, and there's Tiffany in the background raising her hand saying, "Hey, don't forget, I was in your class too." And when I hear you all talk, and it's no secret, we run around in the same circles within the business community in the area. You have formed a bond. It's clear that you formed a bond with these people in your class, and you've come up with. So talk to me about the importance of that network and why it's such a benefit of the program.
Well, I mean, I'll start. I'm sure we all have something to say about that. I am probably in my current job because of my connections through Leadership Prince William. I went from a government job to a very prominent law firm in town that is involved in Leadership Prince William, Vanderpool, Frosting, and Mashanian, and it was my introduction to them. Some bar stuff, bar association stuff also, but I really got to know them through there. Mike Vanderpool, who's a previous Vision Award winner, which is the award that we give to people who truly changed our community, like he has. And so the network's huge, and it is growing, and it is bigger every time, and I every year, and I say all the time that what do you need? I guarantee through LPW, I got someone that can either do what you need or know someone that can't. And we'll shoot these out, and I'll shoot Charles a message, say, hey, I need this person. He'll be like, okay, here. And or vice versa. So the network is tremendous. It is multi-tiered, multi-level. Like you said, go back all the way to 2007. So we're got 15 years of alumni at this point, almost 500 alum, and it is the best professional network that I have ever been a part of.
Well, that's a ringing endorsement if I've ever heard one.
Well said, Brad.
I'm sorry?
I said, well said, Brad.
Charles, you've been the executive director now for, I want to say 2 years. Is that correct?
Almost 1 year.
Almost. So I'm way off base. I apologize. Almost 1 year.
Only by a year.
So when you take a look at the organization, and now you have an opportunity to do new and unique different things with it, what are some of those things that you want to do, some of those directions that you want to go now that you are the executive director, and how do you plan on working with your board to work with them to make sure that some of those changes and new ideas get implemented?
Let's do it this way, Uriah. The organization, since 2007, when it was put together, was put together very, very well. And since that time, each year, the changes are really tiny tweaks. When we recognize something that really worked well or something that didn't work so well, we change it. We're in a dynamic community that changes every day. So when we have those changes in our community, we make small adjustments. So what is going to change? Here's the biggest thing that when I came in as a chair-elect 2 years, almost 3 years ago, I had one objective, and my chair, Tina Laguna, at the City Police Department, she and I agreed that what we really needed to do was reignite the spark in everyone's come through the organization and really ramp up the activity. So the big change that we would like to see is post-COVID, we faced a lot of flames that they're still there, but we had 2 or 3 years where nobody could really fan those flames. The objective right now is to fan those flames and turn those sparks back into fire. So that's the biggest change. Of course, we introduced the Emerging Leaders Program that I think Tiffany told you about. And it started off as a program that we felt was geared toward people out of college, 20 to 30 years old, that were just getting their feet wet. And it has turned into a program for all ages. And I believe the last cohort, we had 6 advanced degrees in that cohort, including business owners and managers at all levels, and some people that were just getting their feet wet in the business world. But the curriculum is designed so that everybody gets something out of it. Fantastic program. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to catch everybody back on fire.
And when you say reignite those sparks into flames, I assume that means bring people back together, because that was one of the things that we saw that was lacking so much during the COVID was people like we're doing now. We're on Zoom. We're not in the same room. But when you are in the same room, you're able to collaborate and share ideas in ways that you just can't tend to do so on this sort of platform that we're on now. Is that what you mean?
That's putting gasoline on the fire. That's what we have to do. Everybody can't get together in the same room, and we get it. So we try to make it as interactive as possible. We've tried to communicate a lot more through all methods, through email, through Zoom, Most especially though, we love to be in the same place at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's get our audience more information about how they can connect with the organization and apply for your program.
All right, the easy start is get on the website, leadershippprincewilliam.org, and learn what you can from the website. Now, next, the tough part. I hate to have to say this, but the website can't tell you everything. So then contact me. I will meet with you personally. I will meet with you via Zoom. I will talk to you on the phone until you answer every single question that I can that you have about the program. I will attempt to create more questions for you so that you have more questions to ask me. Here's a tough thing about this, Uriah. This is Leadership Prince William is not just a leadership training program, as I thought it was going to be when I first started in 2008. It is something different and it's something special. And I can't tell you what it looks like in a way that you can understand it. It's kind of like when I went to Venice, I had seen pictures and I had seen movies, but when I got there, I saw Venice, and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
So the website is a great starting point where people can come and then they can call and ask for further questions for, as you said, stuff you may not be able to find on that website. Now, in terms of your programs, I know you have some deadlines coming up. What are they?
June 30th is the deadline for the signature applications, meaning we have 9 days. So you're going to have to contact me fast. I would say the best way would be via email, charles@leadershippprincewilliam.org, so that we can get several people together in a Zoom. We can do it all together, or we can do it individually. But I was looking today. There are so many great applicants in the class so far, and I'm looking specifically for a couple of industries this year. We don't have first responders represented well, as we usually do. I've been dying to get somebody from the agricultural industry into our program to represent what they do, so that in a way that we can understand it, so that we can break down that information silo and have a real reach.
And Uriah, I just wanted to add that the application is available on the website if you go to programs and then signature program, so you can apply right there. And again, the event coming up on the 7th is also a great way to pass the deadline. But if you're looking to learn more about the program, or you want to apply and then come and meet even more people, it'd be a great idea.
Fantastic, fantastic.
And that's on the 6th, not the 7th.
I'm sorry, 7/6.
So the deadline to apply for the signature program is June 30th, and the night that we go party at the Hilton Performing Arts Center for casino night, that is the 6th.
Correct.
July 6th.
Won't forget it. Thank you.
5:30 p.m.
I'm sorry?
5:30 to 10.
Very good, very good. And finally, cost-wise, I know the program obviously has some cost to it. There's obviously some value to it. So you do charge for the program. Talk about give me the range of costs and some of the ways that I know there in the past there has been some scholarships available in the past. Talk to me about the costs and those sort of things.
But the signature program and the emerging leaders program both have opportunities for a variety of different scholarships. And so we don't want the initial cost of the program to sway anyone against applying. The cost for the signature program is $3,500. The emerging leaders program is $500. And that is all inclusive. That includes the initial retreat up on the mountain, includes the 10 months of program, as well as closing retreat.
And do you also whisk the emerging leaders up to the mountain as well? Is that or is that just for the signature program?
Emerging leaders is once a week for 8 weeks on a Monday evening.
Okay. So the meeting where you get to lose your cell phone service for the weekend and really get to know yourself, that is the signature program, and that is the one that you should get ready for and prepare for. I really appreciate your time today and educating me and our audience on what it is Leadership Prince William does. And again, June 30th is the deadline to apply for the signature program. And of course, for more information, you can go to Leadership Prince William on the web. And of course, a casino night. That's one of the best ways I can think of to go find out about a new organization, is to go party with them at the Hilton Performing Arts Center on July 6th. So thank you all very much for your time.
Thank you for your.
Thanks, Ryan.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Uriah.